Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I appreciate it. I am Scotty the Trainer, Scotty the Bishop, Dr. Packer, all of that right here, right now. And I just wanted to pop in today and share with you a little bit different here in my office, and just wanted to share some loose thoughts that are bumping around in my head and in my spirit. I'm not at Marlin Chapel today, but I'll be back there soon. And also keep following me because there's going to be a ton of stuff as I'm going out. Since I am also Vice Bishop of the Fellowship of Churches in Christ, I'll be in a few of our churches in December. So a lot of that will be coming up. You can tune in and hopefully get some inspiration from that. But I thought just during this time, there's a lot of holidays that are popping around right now. We have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, we have Hanukkah, we have Kwanzaa, we've got New Year's that's there, and those are just the main holidays. There are a ton of holidays that happen around this time of year. It's kind of interesting. My wife just left a little while ago to go pick up our daughter from her grandparents, and she said, I don't think she has school tomorrow. And I was thinking, November, December, why don't they just take December off? Because I mean, there's so many holidays that come during that time. And I know that people say that there's a war going on right now on Christmas. I've heard people say you can't wish somebody Merry Christmas. I've never had that happen. I've never had anybody fight against me, or if somebody has said to me Merry Christmas and I go, oh, Merry Christmas to you too. Or if I've ever said to somebody Merry Christmas, I've never had anybody turn around and say, don't you say Christmas. No Scrooges, no devils, no demons, or anything like that. I'm not saying that there is not a faction of people out there that don't want to hear it, but I haven't run into that. I haven't found that to be true, at least in my realm of influence. And don't think that I just run with a bunch of preachers and ministers, because I don't. I see people on a regular basis. I travel every single week, and I talk in not just churches but corporations, and I do a lot of seminars and training. So there are people that either have no Christianity, some Christianity, hate Christianity, all of that. And I've never run into somebody who's flipped out over that. Oh, the reverse of that is if somebody says to me, Happy Holidays, I don't flip out over that either. Because the word holiday actually comes from holly or holy days. So when the reality of it is, when you say Happy Holidays, you're actually covering all of the holy days. So you're saying Happy Holy Days. And I've never flipped out when somebody said that. I also, I can remember years ago when I used to sign my emails Merry Xmas. And people used to flip out because they would say, you're taking Christ out of Christmas. Why are you taking Christ out of Christmas? Blah, 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 blah. And I wasn't, because X was the Greek term for Christ's name. So even when you would say X, it was the Greek term for Christ's name. And even some who have studied in the Hebrew, that X is the first letter of Christ's name. So even if you're trying to X Christ out, you can't, because he's such a part of it. And then there's the whole thing about, well, we celebrate Christmas December 25th, and we're all excited about it, and it's winter time, when in actuality Christ wasn't born in December. If you go back and do some study, you find out that it was actually probably March, late April, May type time frame, which I kind of like that, because it's spring and you could get out and enjoy that a lot better. So because no matter where you are, where we are, when we have winter, it actually is winter here in Ohio. But with all of that, this time of the year, holidays can be tough for people. The suicide rate is up every year around this time, and it's tough. It really, really can be tough for people, and I get it. I really do. The older that I get, the older my children get, the less the meaning of the holiday. It's not as enjoyable. This was the first year for Thanksgiving. It was just me and my wife. And I will confess to you, we did not have a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. We didn't try to have turkey and all of that stuff. We didn't even do the Bob Evans special. We sat in the house and watched movies all day, me and my wife, and we're just thankful to be with each other. And matter of fact, I think we had spaghetti for dinner. How's that? But a lot of families, they get together, they want to hold to their traditions, and I understand that. But it is tough. It's tough. When you get to this time of year, every year around Christmas time, when the children were smaller, we'd go to the zoo, the Wild Lights, and but now, we don't even know where everybody will be. Our oldest, Jacob, moved out, and he's on his own, probably be with his friends or his family. Our daughter, she really has a big time with the grandparents, and they enjoy spoiling her, and we enjoy seeing her get spoiled. And our other son, Cameron, he's Mr. Popularity. He has so many friends that things really change. The holidays bring a change. And this is, I don't know about you, but sometimes I will see holiday lights, and instead of my first reaction being, oh, look, man, it's Christmas. Oh, it's a holiday. Sometimes I look and I go, oh, I'll be glad when this is over. Full transparency. But then I hear people say sometimes, oh, come on, Dr. Packer, you know that Jesus is the reason for the season. And I think, is he? Is he really? He wasn't even born in December. But I get what they're saying. And it's really amazing to me, and I'm not calling hypocrisy here, but it really is amazing to me when we talk about how Jesus is the reason for the season, but yet there's a lot of people going in debt. I thought Jesus was the reason for the season. Didn't he come to cancel all the debts? But yet we're spending a lot of money. A lot of people going in debt. We won't have to worry about that this year, because we definitely don't have the finances to be going in debt or to add to any debt. Matter of fact, I'm looking for some people to help me out this year. But in the middle of all of this, in the holiday rush and the holiday season, I really want to say this. You have to do what you have to do to take care of you. I mean, that's really where it is. If being around friends and family will keep you sane and you want to do that, then do it. If you're alone during the holidays, then sometimes you have to just be thankful for your solitude. And I get it. Man, I really do get it. People, all the holiday movies, right? Big families, big tables, food all over on the table, every type of food that you want. My family has that tradition. My mom has passed away years ago, and I miss her every single day. My oldest sister, she passed away, but I still have a sibling, my sister, and my father is still alive, and of course, her daughters and all the grandchildren are there. We are not. We're in a different state, and they get together and they do it upright. We're not able to be there. We don't have that. If I looked at it and said, well, that is what the holidays are all about, then, I'd just be out of luck. And I would say, man, it's not fair. It's not right. Oh, why should I begrudge them if that's what they want? And even now, I don't really know what our Christmas will look like. It may just be me and my wife again. And, I can tell you this, though. I'm not watching all those Hallmark movies. I can't do it. Somebody said that Hallmark movies is where actors' careers go to die. I don't know if that's true or not. But, I mean, I can't take it, Really, the plot to all the Hallmark movies, right? It's the girl who's too busy. She doesn't have time for a relationship, and she's a big city girl, and she has a lot of money, and she's in corporate America, and then she has to go to the country because her parents got sick, and while she's there helping them take care of the farm, she meets the farmhand, and then he's totally different from what she is used to, and they fall in love, and then she says, no, I can't do this because I have a business to run back in the city. And he says, okay. And then she goes to the airport, and he decides he's going to go to the airport. He goes to the airport, and they say the plane's already left. And as he turns around, there she is. And then the next thing, they're on, riding off together into the sunset. So there, I've just spoiled all the Hallmark movies for you, if that's what you are interested in. But really, during this time of year, on a serious note, suicide rates are up because people see all of this happiness and jolliness, and they don't feel like they have that. And so it gets tough. When you get locked into yourself and you feel like that it's, everything's I don't have what you're supposed to have for the holidays. And then sometimes people feel like they're not deserving of it. And so they take a temporary situation and solve it with a permanent solution. And that's terrible, because the holidays will pass. And guess what? We'll be right back into normal life. I think that if I had a message for people during this time of year, and I'm not going to draw this out and make it a long thing, but I would just say we have to do whatever we need to do to survive. And let me tell you something. If you don't have money to do Christmas up or holidays up like you have in the past, you need to be okay with that. A lot of people are in survival mode. And I get it. I, many times this year, have had to be in survival mode. Let me tell you something. I travel and speak. I help companies, corporations, and churches. And you would think that I would get a ton of, hey, thank yous and appreciate everything you've done. And you think when I have a need, people would just, oh man, what do you need? We'll be right there to help you. And I'm going to tell you something. It's not. Over the last few years, I've felt sometimes on this journey alone. And, I stand week after week. Many of you see the messages from Marlin Chapel. And many times those messages come out of my own struggles, my own heartache, and my own pain. Messages that I have found for myself to deliver to other people. So I think maybe as the holidays come around, maybe there were people that were here last year that aren't here this year. It's going to be okay to miss them. I mentioned earlier, I miss my mom every day. But, the holidays, I really miss her. My firstborn son, there's a picture, see if you can see that. That's Martin Scott. Yep, Martin Scott. He was born in 97 and passed away in 97. He lived 27 days. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll know sometimes I'll post about that. But I miss him. My kids are growing up. They're getting older and developing lives of their own. It's tough. It's hard. And it's okay. It's all right to sit back and say, you know what? It is tough. It is hard. And if you are alone or don't have a big crowd of people around you, you're not under any obligation when you return back to wherever, as soon as all these holidays pass and life goes back to normal, whatever that is, you're not under any requirement to tell people, well, I sat alone in my apartment with the lights dim and nobody cares about me. How was your holiday? I survived it. That's what I tell people. People ask me on Thanksgiving. I didn't go into the whole thing about how, well, there's nobody but me and my wife, and we didn't even have Thanksgiving dinner. We just ate spaghetti. Well, she made it, and it was really good. And I will tell you this. I would have ate it on any other Thursday, so why do I care? It's Thanksgiving Thursday. I don't care. It was great. People say, how was your Thanksgiving? I didn't go, well, we didn't have one because we didn't have a big table with a bunch of people and no, everybody was around. I just said, how was your Thanksgiving? It was good. I survived it. Holidays are coming. Holidays will go. The main thing is this. Thanksgiving comes and goes. The holidays come and go. New Year's comes and goes. What's most important is that you and I are still here. and that we find a way to survive the holidays. If you're not thriving, you're surviving. And you know what? Sometimes surviving is good enough. So I just wanted to stop by to say, hang in there. It's all going to be over, and we're going to make it to the other side. And at the end of the day, do what you have to do to make it through. And that's what I wanted to say. So just remember, I'm Scotty the Trainer, Scotty the Bishop, Dr. Packer. However you know me, that's who I am. And I want to say, may God bless you. This is my prayer.